I said salute to the untouchable True School Sports Empire,
That's
taking
right, the
over
untouchable.
not only the South Florida boxing scene, but the worldwide boxing scene.
Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official Gallo Estrada, Roman Gonzalez 3, the finale to the trilogy post-fight review, and the result of the fight is a majority decision victory for Gallo Estrada. Now we have a man to my left that needs no introduction, for he's known the whole world over. It's the one, it's the only, is Pops. Now, Pops, before I get my thoughts on the fight, because I have quite a lot to say.
I know you do.
Give me your thoughts on what transpired between Roman Gonzalez and Gallo Estrada in the third fight.
I think it all comes down. I'm gonna just say like this: all comes down with the judges scene. I personally think that the legend Charles Tito came out, calm out slow, but then he turned it on. I guess towards the end of the fight, towards the whole fight, because I didn't see the whole thing. I walked out for a little bit, and I think that he showed out, and he had Gallo Estrada on his back for most of the fight. Fighting back and forth, but Estrada was answering, but he pushing him back and he pressured him and everything. But I just think that the fight when I left could go either way. But the reality is, one judge, like I was talking about something before the fight, wants to outlandishly call it the wrong way. I would be happy if it was a
Draw.
A draw. But the reality is, Estrada won according to the cards. Charlie's a legend no matter what happens, no matter how way it goes. He's always gonna be a legend. And I just think that I'm not gonna say the best man win, but according to the cards, he did.
All right, now before I get into what I want to say, let me first start by saying that I think out of all the three fights, if there was ever a fight that Gallo did deserve to win, this would be it. I'm not saying this fight's a robbery, because it wasn't, but I do think the wrong guy got the decision. I thought Roman Gonzalez won. I scored at 115-113. Roman Gonzalez 7 rounds to 5. Roman Gonzalez got to a slow start, but then once, it's kind of like a car. It's kind of like an older car with a lot of mileage on it. Once the car is heated up, it starts driving along just fine. And I thought the more the fight went on, the more it started to look like that second fight. You saw Charles Tito throwing a steady diet of straight right hands and things like that. Although I will say, in this fight, Gallo Estrada was defensively a lot more tighter and a lot more sound than he was in the rematch. So it wasn't as easy to hit him in the third fight as it was the rematch. But I thought Roman Gonzalez put enough rounds in the bank, and he did enough to win. Now, as we've seen it throughout the course of his career, because unfortunately, I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth, he's not the right nationality, he won't get a decision. It happened against Rungvisai, he didn't get a decision. Happened in the last Gallo fight, which really, this fight, I'm not mad at Gallo winning. I'm really still pissed off about the rematch, to be honest. The second fight is the one I'm pissed off about, because that shit wasn't close at all. That was a masterclass. That's the one that really doesn't sit well with me, because Gallo Estrada got freaking outclassed that fight, and it was a defensive masterclass from him. But this fight, he did look his age. He did look like he was still good, very formidable, but he did look every bit of his 35 years of age. And look, at this point, as I've said many times before, Roman Gonzalez is playing with house money, because people pretty much said he wasn't going to do anything after he got knocked out against Rungvisai, and he's come back, became champion, defended the belt, and given us 2 great classic fights with Gallo Estrada, and he even managed to be a young, upcoming, champion in Julio Cesar Martinez. So he cemented himself as one of the best fighters to ever put on boxing gloves, and definitely the dominant little man of his era, Roman Gonzalez. But I just had this sour taste in my mouth, not because he lost. It's just that this reoccurring theme. I feel like boxing and the politics of boxing, because he's not Mexican and he's not, from one of the countries that traditionally pushes out star boxers. I genuinely believe that he doesn't get the decision, and boxing has it out against him. So it is what it is. He didn't get the decision. Life goes on. As far as Gallo, thought he fought a great fight. He's definitely punched his ticket to the Hall of Fame with that win. So we'll eventually both see these guys in the Hall of Fame within the next couple of years whenever they retire. But as far as him now, Gallo can look towards, I think, potentially fighting the winner of Ioka versus Joshua Franco. That obviously be a very intriguing matchup. I would like to see him fight Ioka because I feel like Ioka has been one of the top guys in his weight class for a long time and hasn't got a shot at the big names. And he's been, one of the most consistent performers, has one of the best resumes. So he deserves a shot. So I hope he comes through against Franco. I know Franco could have fought Gallo, but the purse bid was low, so the fight didn't happen because the money wasn't right. And then obviously, talking about trilogies, we also have Rung Visai, who just got knocked out against Bam Rodriguez, but they can now have that third fight, and Gallo can go ahead and try to put that trilogy to bed, and that'll make him look good if he can win that trilogy. So
where you want Chavo to go from here?
Retire. I want Roman Gonzalez to retire because this sport doesn't value him the way they should. This sport constantly, I constantly hear boxing. I constantly hear fighters who haven't done a fucking tenth of what he's done in the sport get rated higher than him. When he's in a close fight, he almost never gets the nod, and he really has 3 losses on his resume that shouldn't be there. And even the loss that he has on his resume, that fight shouldn't even have happened. Being honest, so to me, he's really an undefeated fighter. But it is what it is. He's 51-4. He still had a great career. But I would like him to retire because I can't afford to see Roman Gonzalez get another loss on his resume that he doesn't deserve.
You just got to fight in a different area, Brendan. Different place.
He's not gonna fight in a different place ever. It's gonna be L.A., Vegas, Arizona, Texas.
He's got Tekken. He can fight in Japan.
Just retire.
Okay.
He doesn't need to keep. There's nothing left to prove. That would have been the icing on top, becoming 3-time super flyweight champion.
It wasn't meant to
but
be.
They took it from him. They always do. They always do. It's all good. They got to make it seem like Gallo's close to his level and that these guys are close to his level. But then meanwhile, you got Inoue, right, who ducked him years ago. You got Bam Rodriguez, who pulled out the excuse of all excuses. I never heard this shit. They asked Bam Rodriguez, hey, you could have fought Roman Gonzalez at 115. Why didn't you fight him 115? His cheeks turned red. He said, I can't fight him because we have the same promoter. Now, I never heard this shit my whole life. Normally, it's I can't fight him because he's on the other side of the street. We got different promoters.
Quacking.
He said, we got the same promoter. I can't fight him. It's difficult.
He quacked like a duck. Quack, quack.
The jury's out on Bam for me right now. And listen, if he thinks he's being smart going to 112, thinking that he's going to fight Sonny Edwards, you better think twice.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another discussion for another day.
The night belongs to Estrada.
The night belongs to Estrada.
The legend lives on in Chocolatito. Very humble guy.
The fans won. It was a great fight.
Great fight for both of them.
But ultimately, when the history books are written, I don't think people, unless they do the research, are going to realize how great this man Roman Gonzalez was.
What those going to be the true fans of boxing? And
like he should honestly, like Roman Gonzalez is boxing royalty. He should be getting the motherfucking Joe Calzaghe, Floyd Mayweather treatment. He should be undefeated right now.
Do you realize that this guy's making the big money now? He wasn't making it like in 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, but so he's getting the money, but it's at the expense of him getting L's on his record that he doesn't deserve. But it ain't cool with me. That don't sit well with me.
I'm just trying to tell you that like this is the time when like he said, even tonight when he asked him want to fight whatever, he said I'll fight anything. The money's right. He's trying to make up for that time that he lost. He's a legend.
Anyway,
he's a Hall of Famer.
Salute to Gallo. Great trilogy. Shout out to both men for showing.
Great fight though for life.
Shout out to both these men for showing these hype job divas at 147 and 135 how it's done. Because this all your guys' favorite fighters that you like to dick ride, like your Crawfords and your Spencers
right away.
and your Devin Haney's and your T.O.'s and these Garcias. While these guys are on Instagram Live and scratching their ass on Twitter, these dudes was out in there rumbling. So
they signed the contract.
Even though I'm upset with how I didn't get the result I wanted, I can't say nothing bad about Gallo because he won in there Roman Gonzalez 3 times. And listen, any man who can go on there 3 times with Roman Gonzalez and never get dropped once at 3 different stages of his career, that's got to be a damn special fighter. Yep. So shout out to Gallo Estrada. The night belongs to him. He's been, in my opinion, the best representative of what Mexican boxing really is. Not Canelo, not Zorro, not Munguia. Him over the last 10 years or so.
Another guy from the lightweights.
Another guy from the lightweight division. So where the real killers reside. So, shout out to both men. It's been a great trilogy. The unfortunate part is that, as I say in life, all great things must come to an end. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Mayweather's uncles would say a lot of people don't know shit about boxing. You know, you do. You've done
Thank
it.
you.
You about the only smart guy that I know, bro. Nobody knows shit about boxing.
I appreciate it, man.
I want to say, man, make sure to follow True School Sports, always covering boxing at the highest level, man, and make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Follow him on Instagram at Just a Kid from Dania as well.
He the plug.